Did you see something that says we're recording?
hmm
Hey Jan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Good.
We in our last episode we didn't talk about our names. So I see you have the same name. Um, are you keeping the same name for the whole
Yeah, I'm
season?
sitting at I'm sitting this intention out there, like, so that's gonna be my focus. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it for the duration of the season.
Okay. Okay. Um, do you have anything that you're intentionally trying to do?
Um, intentional, intentionally trying to keep my peace, intentionally trying to, do some things for myself, career-wise, personal-wise, financially. So just intentional, not, intentional in that, I'm stop talking about what I want to do or what I would like to do, but like really, you know, not being the procrastinator that I can be.
Last in our last season, we had uh Jacqueline Munson on, and she guided. I actually got a lot of good information from her in that podcast, in that episode, where we were talking about even new careers at our ages
Right,
and what that might look like. And
right.
now that we know that, majority of Americans will probably be working probably until their 70s,
Mhm.
making a career change at 60 is not that far-fetched.
No, it's not.
We know that Social Security in 2025, you now need to be 67 to receive Social Security.
The
Who knows?
full, yeah. Mhm.
I'm sorry.
The full amount.
Yeah, the full amount. And who knows how long before it goes up again. And so it's not that far-fetched to have career changes and career plans at this age. Anyway, so my name is Black today. It's just probably going to be some derivative of, Black or Ernest or something for this episode. Um, Partially because that's who I am. And that's who I want to be. And that's where I am in life right now. I believe in protecting my peace, though.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm really like, nah, I'm not coming, or I won't be doing that. I won't be trying this. So I'm really into protecting my peace. Okay, so today we are talking about friends. Did I ever tell you you only need one or two good friends?
Mm. No, I don't really remember that. She may have. I just don't remember that. But I know that she, oh, growing up, some of the friends that I had, she was suspect.
Oh, was she?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't.
like, that girl is not your friend.
Oh, yeah. I think girls go through that a lot, though. Like, that
Mhm.
girl's really not your friend. I don't know why you're hanging out with that person, because as soon as you're not around, they got something to say. But I remember her telling me, at least in high school, you don't need that many friends. You just need one or two good friends. So I've kind of lived by that. I've seen people who have a lot of friends. Their lives seem a lot more chaotic than I want my life to be. So, I've lived by that only having a couple of friends type thing. And because I've lived in a lot of different places, I probably have a good friend in every place that I've lived. So what is the longest friendship that you've had? Do you have friends from elementary school?
I would call them friends, but we're not like that. My longest friendships probably go back to high school,
Okay.
um, to current. I mean, there are people that like if I from elementary school, if I saw them, like we could strike up a conversation and
Mhm.
like really talk. Um, so I do have those kind of friends, but like my friends, yeah, it probably goes back to high school.
I don't. If I saw someone from elementary school, I probably wouldn't recognize them. I haven't seen anyone from elementary school in a long time, and partially because I've never lived in Detroit as an adult either. So, my last time, like with a physical address, was high school. So I've never really seen a lot of people afterwards.
Well, but I think so. I have a lot of, I mean, a lot of the people that I specifically went to elementary school with don't live in Detroit either.
Okay.
Um, I mean, Facebook kind of changed the game,
Oh
so to
yeah,
speak,
yeah,
because
yeah,
that
yeah,
that
yeah.
that got people connected in different ways, and then like there are a lot of activities that happen, not just your class reunion, but like we've done some other things when people hit milestone birthdays and
Oh,
I mean there's just different ways of being connected. The other thing too that's kind of different for you and I is that my elementary school friends were also people that lived around about our neighborhood.
okay.
Like they may not have been on our street, but like they were, like within walking distance or, so so that I think that kept us connected throughout the years as well. And then of course that carries on.
I
But
think
my good friends is from high school.
didn't some of your peop friends from elementary end up at your high school?
Yes, a
Yeah,
lot of them did.
that was not the case for me. So I don't know anybody who went to my elementary school who went to high school with me. I was just trying to think. There may be one or two people who were in my sixth grade class who ended up in the same high school, but very few went to my high school. So my longest term friend would probably be like people I'm going to define friend here because I know people and yes we're friends or friendly, but I
Right,
mean people that I talk to on a regular basis, that I communicate with on a regular basis, that probably, mind you, I don't talk to anyone every day. So I
right,
know a lot of people talk to their friends, their family, or whatever. Every single day they talk to this person. I do not. I'm a person who talks very little in my spare time. So, and defining friendship here is just people that I interact with constantly outside of social media, like not sending back
right,
and forth messages on
right,
social media, but like really having a conversation with. Like they know what's happening in my life, they know
right.
what's going on in my world, whatever's happening. So, I would say it goes back to college in that case. That would be which is a long time, by the way.
Yeah,
That was a long time ago.
yeah.
Uh, so, I've had friends hmm, about 35, 36 years, maybe we've been friends, that long. Um, so that's the longer friendships that I've had.
Right.
For you, what makes a good friend?
I mean, again, like defining friendships. Like I have friends that I'm really close with that um they know like they know parts of my life that I don't share with the broader,
Hmm.
scope. Um, I mean, they understand me, I understand them. we have our social time together. If we don't call each other, it's not a problem.
Hmm.
Like we do the check-in. Like I have, quite a few friends that I check in with. We do the check-ins all the time, but if I can go months and months and months, well, I'm not even going to say that because I do have one or two friends that like we cannot see each other for a long time. And then when we get together, it's like no time has passed.
Correct.
Those people who so genuinely it has to be people that I trust with all of my, well, not all, but my inadequacies, my faults, that's not going to judge, or if they have something to say, it doesn't come, you know, it comes from a place of love and care
Do
if they
you
have something negative to say.
do you consider, how do you handle does your friend always need to agree with you?
No, absolutely not. That does not, to me, that does not make a good friend. We're different people. We're not going to agree. Even our values can align and we can disagree,
Right.
so, but again, that goes back to like, can we have a conversation and we don't agree and still be friends? Like if we can't be friends after that, then we're probably not friends. Like we can agree to either agree to disagree, or we're just not going to come to, or I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree, something like that. But no, mm-mm.
Have you
I'd rather like when my friends don't agree with everything that I say because I need to be pushed or to like kind of widen my lens, so to speak.
right. Have you ever had a disagreement with a friend and then the person's no longer your friend?
I did have this is one of my longer time friends. Like we had a major disagreement that probably it took a decade to resolve.
Okay, so it was resolved at some point.
Yeah, it was resolved by us agreeing to disagree.
Okay. You
after
all
after
have
all that,
not. Could you have done that in the first place, though?
um, I think we probably could have the maturity, you know, had a lot to do with it, or lack of maturity. Um, and I think we did have to see, we had to see the issue from each other's, vantage point. Um, I just, I, because it was really on me, I just felt like the person made some comments and some judgments that I didn't believe that were warranted.
Hmm.
And so yes, after a decade, we were able to talk it out and discuss why she felt the way that she did, but we still believe what we believe.
Are there things for you that people just can't come back from? Like you said or did something, and for you, that is the defining moment of the end of that friendship.
I would like to say no, but I also know that you know, I don't know what that is. I mean, I think it's probably how we disagree that might be the defining moment more so than the disagreement itself. Um, the other thing is I don't really like if you're a person that like likes to ridicule, like I don't have friends that ridicule me. I remember hearing a long time ago um, this interview with Maya Angelou, and she was talking about how she was dating this person, and she's having entertaining people at her home, and the person says something like sarcastic and rude directed towards her. She was like, that was the end that day. Like, I don't take well for people to do things that are rude or disrespectful, like or disturbing my peace.
Hmm.
Um, just to get a laugh out of people. So if you're doing that kind of thing, you are not my friend.
Not to get a laugh. I have a very small circle of family and friends. If you disrespect anyone in that circle, I'm liable to never talk to you again, like ever. You might say something about me, and I just might be like, okay, well, let me transition our friendship from something that is somewhat, a close friend to someone who's just like a high friend. You
Right,
hang out with them sometime, but it's
right,
just very esoteric. That friendship, if you want to call it that, is just
hmm
very surface level. So,
right.
so if you say something about me, I might transition the friendship or move the friendship to a different compartment. But if you say something about that small circle, chances are I will never talk to you again, like ever.
Wow. Honestly, I can see that with you. Because because in order to be in your circle, you hold people in high esteem to
Mhm.
be in your intimate circle. So that's, important to you. I think overall people have to watch their words. Like it does, like, we can disagree. We can even fight and make up.
Yeah.
We can, do that. But I mean, when it's disrespectful, like that's something I don't, I
Yeah.
I don't when I feel like I'm put in a space where I'm emotionally unsafe,
Mhm.
that's a problem for me, you know.
I say, and this leads us to the next thing. I've taken to saying, I'm a really good friend until I'm not. So I can be your best friend, but once it's done, then it's done. Then I'm just not. What attributes do you have that make you a good friend?
That's kind of hard to say because I
Have your
really feel
friends
like
ever said, I knew you were going to be here. I knew you were going to come through. I knew you were about, or something. I mean, because sometimes your friends tell you stuff that you don't even recognize in yourself.
um y- yeah. So I mean, yes, I have heard those kinds of things. I was just, thinking because just this past week, one of my friends was like, Janice, you're the epitome of like our organization.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't think so. And she was like, yes, you do this, you do that, you do this. And so, I mean, you know, part of like whatever I'm passionate about, I'm passionate about.
Mhm.
So, I'm passionate about the work that I do, but not just because it's the work that I do. Like I really have a heart to help people.
Mhm.
So I hear that all the time. Like, oh my God, like, like I'm gonna, you know, I don't have to be the person up in the front. Like, there are
Yeah.
people that are like that rally in the front. Like I'm the person that is going to like call you when nobody's, looking or text you
Mhm.
when, I don't have to in the group chat, I don't have to
Right.
say give all the accolades. And it's not that I'm hiding, I just feel like some things are just really personal and there
Right.
has to be a moment. The other thing, positivity. Everybody always say, girl, you are so positive. Like you always gonna see the brighter side, which I don't think that's true. I don't, always, see the brighter side, but I'm glad that that's what kind of is, what comes out.
You know what people think about me, and these people are not friends, by the way, is the opposite of that. They're like, yo, you're so mean and you're blah, blah, blah. But what I am is very exact and precise.
Yeah,
If you say you're going to be here at 5, be here at 5.
that is the truth.
If
Like
you,
not,
if you,
not but do not come at 5 because ooh, it's not going to be pretty. I'm just saying.
I am just very, if you have a rule book that you follow, then follow that rule book. If you have a time that you're supposed to do something, then do that. So I'm not necessarily mean, but my life runs on that structure. And it runs on that structure to the extreme. Like, oh, you know, it's it's 7 p.m. I need to go here. It's time for me to go.
Yes, I'm like. Where and of course I'm different. Like I'm a rule follower myself, but you know, like for me, like if I said we're gonna leave at 5 o'clock, it'd be more like 5-ish. Like it's not so set in stone. Like it's not a deal breaker. Unless it's something that somebody is counting on me to do. Like,
Mhm.
if you're counting on me to be there at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna be there by 5. But if it's just like, something that I kind of said like on a social scale, not like professional, on a social scale, like yeah, it's 5-ish.
So
5-ish should be.
I think that, for my friends, that is something that they expect. That is something that they know about me. They know if I say, let's say you are having hard times. Well, let's sit down and see what we can do. Let's work through, what you need from me, what you need from other friends, what you need from this, what you need. Let's put a plan together. Um, so my friends, my actual core friends, will say what you just said. Don't come at 5:01. Or don't do, but like I said, I can be a very, very good friend possibly because I've had so many varied experiences and being broke, like in my 20s, was a real eye opener on how to be able to help people, how to be able to help myself, and how to be able to be a sounding board when people need something because it takes a lot, I think, for a man to say, by the time a man tells you that they need something, they've needed it for a long time.
Mm,
And, I know that takes a lot out of it. But, my friends, my small circle, they don't have to say because I can see. I mean, I can tell in
right.
how they're talking. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, something's wrong. What's wrong with you? What you need? What's going on? What's happening? And
Well, yeah, I think in general that kind of defines who is in your core because there are a lot of things that go unsaid. You know, people know what you need or you know what people need, just by demeanor. Like like for me, sometimes people know I just need some space.
yeah,
Like I'm like I just need some space. Um, or like I'm not the type of person to ask for anything. So
right.
my core friends know, like, if we wait for her to ask, it's not gonna happen. We just got to do. And then I'm just like, oh, I am really genuinely appreciative, but I'm not. I very rarely ask people for something. So when I do, and you don't come through, that's very disappointing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way, but I will figure it out. I'll
Yeah,
figure it out. I'll figure out what I need to do, how this needs
yeah,
to work. But I don't have the type of friends in my core group of friends that number one always need something.
right.
So other than sometimes just to, me to talk. We don't always agree. So I'm another voice, that they may or may not want to listen to. But they respect that voice.
Right.
So as far as that's why I say I'm your best friend till I'm not, because I will come pick you up at the airport, even though I'm going to lecture you about the beauty of taking a ride share. I will help you move, even though I'm like, next time we're going to talk about how to get a mover. I will do all those things, um, and be a really good, loyal friend until I'm not. And once I'm not, I'm just not. So, do you have any work friends? So, there are categories of friends. Now, I've just been talking about my close friends.
Right.
There's work friends, we're in organizations, so you may have some organizational friends, and some of these may overlap. They still may be your close friends.
Hmm.
Do you have any work friends and how do you interact with them? And I mention work friends because everybody has that friend that you've never been to their house, but
But
somehow,
you're really close. Yeah, you're
well, I
really
don't even
close.
know if you're close, but they at least think you're friends. And there are some you haven't been to their house, they haven't been to yours, but even though they don't work there anymore, you also, hey, let's catch up. Let's go have lunch and catch up. And so those are my work friends. Those are my true work friends, I guess. The people they have your phone number. I'll put it
Yeah,
like.
yeah. So yes, I have some work friends that have turned into my really good friends.
Mhm.
Um, but then I have just like work friends, like I mean, we not necessarily go to other people's houses and stuff like
Mhm.
that, but we'll go out to lunch or we'll go out to
Yeah.
dinner or like there was at one point there was a group of us, it was four of us that were work friends, and so we would be we would when I was still eating meat, of course, but we would go to this place because they serve really good chicken wings, and so we would be like, we haven't gotten any chicken wings in a while, so it's time to and we would just go and not talk about work because for me, a work friend is somebody that you're not just talking about work about.
Right.
Like it's
Right. Right.
like
Right.
and then we check on each other, you ain't been at work in a couple of days. What's going on? Or something like that. So so I do have those friends too, but yes, I have some people that our friendship started at work and it really grew. I have one really good friend where because our daughters were at the same age and everything, like not only did our friendship grow, their friendship grew. Like
Mhm.
they're good friends and still friends to this day. So yes, I have, I guess it's categories of friends if we have
Right.
to call people friends. But yes, I have friends that, are my friends in some of the organizations that I've been in and some that are better friends, than
I
that.
want to tell you, I went to my organization had a potluck yesterday, and I didn't stay for the potluck. So again, they're thinking, oh, he's all extra mean. He don't even hang out, blah, blah, blah. There was nothing for me to eat. And, if you're really my friend, you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that, there's nothing for me to eat there.
yeah, and that's true because when I go to restaurants and stuff with my good friends, like
Mhm.
before I can say, "Do you have any vegan options?" They're like, "She's vegan. What do you have?" Like
My
they'll
good
say that
friends
before,
will check the
or
menu
they'll check, yes, or they'll check,
and then
yes,
we'll decide where we're going to go based
yeah,
on them checking the menu.
yeah.
You
And
know,
yes, and you're right because I have had that too, where this core group, they always like, well, and I'm the only one. Like they're all meat
Yeah.
eaters eating eggs and cheese, and they'll be
Right.
like, "Well, we can't go there because you won't get anything." And I'm like, "Look, I'll figure it out. I'll get
Right.
some." They're
Usually
like,
I'll
"No,
say I'll figure it out. I'll get some
yeah,
fries.
yeah." Like, but they're like, "No, we're all we want to enjoy." So
Yeah.
so yes, those are my good friends. Good
Yeah.
good
So
friends.
I wanted to bring that up because those are my organizational friends. And I'm using that word loosely because they didn't have any consideration on whether I was going to eat or not.
Right,
Whereas I would have, if I'm going to select a restaurant, I know people eat meat, whatever beverage they drink, I'm going to make sure the place has options for everyone.
right,
We'll go to a place. It may not be the best place, but it has options for everyone to eat.
right.
That would be me as a friend
Yeah.
versus, and, I guess somebody might say, well, you could have brought something to the potluck too. Yeah, but then it's just me and I'm taking all that stuff home. Not a lot of people eat tofu, for example. And I love tofu. It's really tasty to me. You season it up and put it in whatever it is you're going to
Yeah.
put it in. And it's really good to me. But of course, a lot of people don't. They're not be bringing it all back home anyway.
I don't think so. What I find is, so recently because we did a potluck at work and I made some vegan spaghetti.
Hmm. I do
I'm
that
the only
all the
vegan.
time. They don't
I'm
even
the
know though.
I'm the vegan at work. The spaghetti was gone.
Yeah.
Like it was gone.
Now, I guess I probably could have made some spaghetti because most people would not have recognized that that was not beef or pork or turkey or whatever. They would not have recognized that. So I probably could have done that. So that's something that I might try next time. Like, oh, I'll take some spaghetti, you know.
But it does help when people
And that's why
understand.
we're friends, by the way.
Well, yes. No, I was gonna say that because even at work, like, one of the ladies made this like um I think it was pumpkin, no, sweet potato soup. And
Mhm.
she considered the fact that I was vegan, so she used alternative things in the sweet, which actually was very, very good.
Oh, good.
But that, I mean, that's the kind of things that you kind of hope for, like people take your feelings into consideration, and you're not always the giver. You can be the receiver sometimes.
So at this age, have you made any new friends
Mm,
in your definition of friendship?
like close friends?
Mhm.
No. I mean, I have made some new friends.
And
Um,
how did you make new friends?
I'm
Because I think it's harder to make friends as you get older, especially after the school ages, like after you're out of college or grad school, whatever, because you don't, necessarily aren't in the same space as people going through life together. I think it gets to be a little bit more difficult.
well, I mean, part of it is the organization that I'm in,
Mm.
just doing the different events, community service, meetings and stuff like that. You begin to meet, you know, people on a different level. And so now you're exchanging phone numbers, you're
Mhm.
going to each other's houses. So that's part of it. Um, Well, yeah, a couple of them. Like that's kind of, been the thing. Like you get to, know people, and then you find out like you have some like things outside of that organization that it's like, oh, okay, well, hey, next time I'm going here, let's go
Yeah.
here. Um, I don't. I probably have more of like those, like because I don't really consider them close friends. It doesn't mean that we won't get closer, but I mean, some of that is time spent, which the people that are around me that are my close, this is time spent. Like like you've gone, to hell and back, and whether it's through your own personal life or with each other or just all of that, like that's just time spent. I mean, I just think it just takes some time to arrive at that.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I haven't established any new, I guess, really close friendships. Again, probably because I'm extremely structured, and that may not appeal to people who they're like,
Who are loosey goosey.
yeah, I mean, we can still be friends. Just know that I'm in bed at 9:30. Because I
Well,
got
but again, going back to that, like your friends know that, like I can go out with my friends and they'll know at the point that I'm like getting my coat because I'm like done.
yeah,
And they're like, "Oh, you're getting ready to," like it's not a thing. Like now, back in the day, it used to be like, "You leaving so soon?" Da, 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 da. Like, and it's like, okay, now I'm about to have an attitude because I'm here and I don't want to be here. I
right.
mean, but again, through having time spent, now we know like, yeah, she ain't gonna want to do this.
Yeah. Or they might be able to get you to do it under certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Like my best friend and I never ride together because I'm gonna want to go home. And I
Oh yeah.
learned in college to take my own car
Right. Yeah.
when, my gentleman in my organization would be like, no, we ain't taking you home. You just need to wait. Like, that won't happen again.
But again, like kind of going back to like people, you know, know or just friends in general. Like I have some friends because I like the theater, I like art, I like
Mm,
those kinds of things. All of my friends don't like that in the
right.
same way that I do. And for me, even though they may attend those events with me, I don't like to go to like the ballet or to hear music with somebody that doesn't enjoy it as well. Because to me, that's part of the fun. So I do have friends that like, this is really what we do. Like, hey, I'm gonna get some tickets for this, and are you available? Or vice versa. Oh, girl, such and such is coming to town. I wanted to know if you wanted to go. So I have friends like that too. Like I have friends that like our friendship is based on a similar like, specifically a similar like you know. Then I have like my church friends, or
Yeah.
I don't even want to call them church friends, my Christian friends. Like
Okay.
like so we're bonded in that way. And so, if I don't talk to my friends that don't go to church about,
Church
get
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay. So I haven't gotten that friend group that likes to do stuff that I like to do yet. Hiking, I ride my bicycle. Sometimes a friend will go and they complain the whole time. They're like, ugh, got me out here. Or, just like I'll go to concerts. Like I went to a concert on Monday. It was no more than 200 people in the venue. And those
mhm,
are the kind of concerts that I like to go to, just very
right,
small. And
yeah.
okay, so we're at the end. I don't have any rapid fire questions today. I didn't create any.
You
Um,
don't.
no. Um, because the question that I had would have been, for a group. So I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
create any today. Any last words for today?
I don't know. I don't think I have anything, I, no, I don't.
I would just say be a good friend, whatever that means to you. And I feel like friendships are relationships as well, and
Yes, they are.
constantly have to work on them. People grow, people change. Um,
I I, I agree with
and if you don't grow with your friendship, then it's not going to last.
that.
And that being said, all right, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.